If it's the middle of the day and you guys are playing video games, straight up, you have a problem. If it's the middle of the day during the week and you are playing the game by yourself, you have a serious problem. There is no reason any man should be playing, any adult, nevertheless, should be playing video games by themselves in the middle of the day during the week. Unless you're the exception to the rule, you're just filthy rich and you got massive systems set up, then this video ain't for you. But if you're the average Joe, normal person, and it's the middle of the week, and for whatever reason you're playing video games, you're wasting your life. You have a serious problem, and you need to just immediately face it head on. There's no reason you should be wasting your time, your precious time, in the middle of the day playing a video game. And I'm not talking about on the weekend. If you want to play a little bit of, whatever, Call of Duty, whatever it is, with your boys or your friends, like that's cool and all. You want to socialize. Like, I mean, there's worse things you could be doing. You could be out there doing drugs, getting pissed drunk at the club. There's many worse things you could be doing. I'm not talking about that. So, I'm more so talking about wasting your time. Like, there's no reason you should be in the middle of the day playing video games. You have a serious problem. You might be stuck in a negative hypnotic rhythm and you just don't even know it. You know, like, even if you have a day off, like, there's plenty of things a grown adult should be doing during the middle of the week than playing a fucking video game. Honestly. I mean, do you really think that you're gonna have you're ever gonna be able to achieve flow state sitting on a fucking video game, whatever, Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever it is? Like, there is zero possibility of you ever being able to achieve flow state or truly being aligned if you're playing video games in the middle of the day during the week. Like, there's a time and place for everything. Like, I enjoy, you know, playing Fortnite with my son on occasion. I mean, I really don't even have the attention span to honestly be able to sit there and really play a video game. I mean, I have just way too many things to do and just way too many, goals I'm trying to achieve to really just, my brain won't even allow me to be able to sit down and play a video game. I just know I'm just wasting my life, honestly. Like, I'm 30 years old at this point. Do you really think that, you know, I'm gonna be able to achieve all my goals playing video games, wasting countless hours a day? You have 24 hours during the day. Let's just say you sleep 6 hours. You have 18 waking hours. Breaking it down, I mean, you gotta sit there and brush your teeth, shower, do all the necessities and all that bullshit. I mean, the hours dwindle. Travel time to and from. I mean, if you even just gonna do an hour at the gym, 2 hours at the gym, I mean, it just dwindles further and further down. And so you're gonna tell me that, oh, it's just an hour playing video games. It's never a fucking hour, honestly. If you can play just an hour during the day, it's still bad. You could still be using that hour for a better thing. But I mean, is it really ever just an hour? 2 hours, 3 hours go by, then oh shit, yeah, it's been 3 hours. Let me hop off. It's not a big deal though. I still clock into fucking McDonald's or clock into fucking Walmart and paid my minimum wage, my $15 an hour. Like, yeah, like, I'm really gonna get far in life with that fucking mentality. But I mean, it's just like, you really think that you're gonna be a top performer playing video games? Like, honestly, like, an hour on the weekend, a couple of hours over going to the club or being out there doing God knows what, that ain't a bad thing, honestly, in my opinion. If you're socializing with your friends, if you're just out there playing by yourself and just being a fucking weirdo in your room, I mean, that's a different story, honestly. You probably have much further issues you need to address. But do you think any of these top performers out here are honestly playing video games? Like, if you're talking about the streamers and shit, they're doing that shit for money. It's entertainment. They're entertainers. They put in the work. I mean, they might not even be good at the video game. They might just be a interesting person. It's called entertainment. And they're doing that for entertainment purposes to make money. So if you just over there playing video games in the middle of the day, thinking, oh, I'm gonna be the next fucking, you know, Ninja or Aiden Ross or, whatever the fucking streamers are. I mean, if you're just doing the bare minimum and not even streaming, honestly, like, oh, you make up a million excuses, but I can guarantee you ain't gonna be outperforming any of these entrepreneurs out here having real businesses, really achieving their goals and, just living life, honestly, the life that you really desire. I promise you, you will never achieve it just over here wasting your time doing this meaningless shit. You know, I mean, I know people that, I personally know people that play video games throughout the day, but they have systems in place where they're making six figures each month. It's like they just get to have fun, but they put in the work though. There's always the exception to the rule. But if you find yourself as one of these people who's wasting your time in the middle of the day, the first step is to look in the mirror and realize you're wasting your time. You have to have a level of accountability to be able to make a change in the first place. So if you're finding yourself playing video games in the middle of the day, you need to realize you have way too much time in your hands. I have no time during the middle of the day to play video games. Like I mean, I could sit around and just completely neglect my responsibilities. Neglect my work, neglect my physical fitness, neglect trying to make videos, neglect being with my son. I could neglect all the shit, but that's what I'm doing. I'm neglecting my responsibilities. So if you find yourself playing video games in the middle of the day or just playing video games too much in general, you have way too much time in your hands. If you have a job, you need to, if you want to be a top tier individual, if you want to make a change, if you're on your personal development journey, you need to fill that time with, honestly, you need to get a fucking second job. If you're over there working at Walmart, if you're working some piece of shit job that you know is not going to get you anywhere, you most likely have a cash flow problem. You most likely have a cash problem. You're not able to put your funds forth, start a business, or to actually, obtain inventory to be able to sell something. The list goes on and on about how, ways you can make money. You can be an entrepreneur, but it's most likely that, you have a cash flow problem. You have a cash problem. Cash solves all. Just having money, honestly, it solves 95% of the world's problems. They say money doesn't bring happiness, and I've never met a broke person that was ever happy in my life. Not really happy. I've met some delusional drug addicts who you see on the side of the road smiling, but let's be real. So you need to fill your time with something, honestly. Throughout your day, if you're really on your personal development journey and you haven't got to the point of having, just so many responsibilities with business and, on top of the gym and everything else, and family, you need to maximize your time, fill it with earning potential. Get that second job. If you're working at fucking Walmart, it doesn't matter. Get that second job at fucking Target if you have to. If you have to go work at McDonald's, if that's the bottom line for you, go do it. Fill your time making money. Fill your time with personal development, improvements like reading books, going to the gym. I go to the gym, if I even have the time, I push myself to go to the gym twice a day. If one day, for whatever reason, business is a little bit slow, I'm just picking it right up at the gym. If my business is just, it's a busy ass day, I'm still hitting it once a day minimum. I've gotten there, I've been so busy, I've gotten home literally like 11:30, 12, and still went to the gym 12:30, 1 o'clock, didn't get done to 2:30, up the next day at 5:30. I've done it plenty of times, countless times. And that's just the way I've been able to achieve my little bit of success, the little tiny little bit that I've been able to, just have certain things that many of my peers desire. It's just the work you're willing to put forward. You can achieve anything in life. It's just like, what are you willing to sacrifice for? So if you're just over here playing video games, fucking wondering why you can't get ahead in life, you just got to look at your habits, honestly. It really just comes down to the habits and just, the level of effort you're really giving, honestly. I know people that, just honestly will just sell weed all day and just play RuneScape. Literally, if you ever heard of that game, it's a computer game. They'll play Halo and RuneScape all day and just sell weed. And they just, they live in a lower income area where they can just do the bare minimum, and they're just wasting their fucking life. I mean, one day you are going to be on your deathbed and you're going to think back about what you wanted to achieve. Not even that. You're going to be thinking about this. Any person who's logical and not completely delusional is going to get to older age. Because I've met plenty of people like this. They get into their 50s, their late 40s. Shit, I don't even know people, just late 30s, honestly, start to realize, damn, like, I really wasted a lot of years of earning potential. Like, I'm starting basically from scratch. It's not a good feeling, honestly. I've seen it in their face. I've had conversations with them. It's a terrible feeling realizing that you wasted so many precious years of your life on absolutely nothing. You know, I mean, all these years you had that maximum energy in your 20s, 30s, and you just were over there doing some bullshit. You're over there just wasting it, going out partying, getting pissed drunk, waking up the next day feeling terrible. Weekend goes by, Monday comes around, you're dreading it, barely making it through the week. Friday comes around, you're just dying to get that first drink, and you're just dying to go have a drink, get messed up. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's just a terrible, awful cycle. And eventually, one day, if you're lucky enough to snap out of that negative hypnotic rhythm, it's gonna be too late. It's not really ever too late per se, but you're gonna have wasted a lot of time that you could have been setting yourself up to enjoy your later years in life. They say work hard in your 20s so you can enjoy your 30s. And that's the realest shit you can honestly see. That's the realest shit there is. Work as hard as you possibly can, especially if you're a man. If you're a woman, it's a little bit of a different path, honestly. But if you're a man, like, you should be working relentlessly. Honestly, you should really look back and be like, damn, I really hated my 20s, but I loved it because you know why? My 30s is set up for me just to enjoy. I got systems in place. I have money in the bank. I have assets where I'm able just to honestly take that trip if I want to. You have your own place. You have a nice vehicle. You don't have to have a Lamborghini, honestly, to have a good life. You can have plenty of nice cars out there that are just much more reasonable, honestly, but it just depends on your effort and your level of, your goals at hand. If you want to be one of the top earners, if you want to be, living in that mansion, driving that Lambo, Ferrari, whatever it is, that exotic car, it's going to take a higher level of effort than if you just want to, have a nice Kia or Hyundai or whatever it is, a nice little house, some shit like that, like, it just depends, it's just like the gym. If you want to be ultimately, shredded, jacked, just diced, it's going to take that extra effort of working out and dieting, honestly. 90% of it is diet, but 10% is workout, but it's just going to take that extra effort. If you just want to be like, hey, I'm pretty good shape, got some size on you, whatever, not too much definition, just here and there, admirable, but ain't nothing anybody's really desiring. It's just the level of effort is much less. The threshold to achieve that is much less. But if you want to be a top performer, you want to be one of the people that everybody sees and is like, God damn, like that dude, that guy puts forth that effort. It just takes that much more effort, honestly. That's just what's required. But it just comes back to the habits, honestly. And if you're playing video games, honestly, and you're a grown man, honestly, there's so many more better things you can do than just be playing video games. Unless it's on the weekend, playing with your boys, socializing. Besides that, there's plenty of other things you could do, especially if you have a family and you're just over there neglecting your family to play video games. You're just a terrible excuse as a man, honestly, as a parent, Like, if you're playing a little bit of games with your kids, like they're the ones really playing and you're just kind of, joining in to have a moment of, just a moment with them, like, that's understandable. That's cool, But if you're just like using that as an excuse to play video games and they're just kind of like, Dad, can I play? You're just really playing the fucking game. You're a sad excuse, honestly. Because there's so much more better things you could do. You could be, literally, if you don't have actual work like at hand to be like tasks to complete for your business, for your job, whatever it is, you could be researching more ways to make more money. You could be learning a new skill. You know, you could be watching, I mean, let's just say you do sales. You could be watching sales videos to improve your closing technique. You know, there's so many, I mean, there's just so many ways, just like the top things that come to my head, honestly, because, things that contribute to my life. But just besides that, I mean, you could you could literally just be reading a book, like a personal development book. You could be sitting there meal prepping. There's so many things, honestly, that like people say they don't have time to do, but they choose to do other things in its place. And so if you find yourself in that position, obviously you need to fill your time. But you might just be stuck in a negative hypnotic rhythm where you're associating dopamine release with these activities, which is 9 times out of 10 the problem. And it's just gonna take going that fucking first 2 weeks without it, going that first day. It's just like anything else, just like smoking weed, just like drinking alcohol, just like, all of these poor habits. It's gonna take that first day of not doing it. If you're playing video games in the middle of the day, you're gonna have to shut it off. Unplug the system, like the easiest way to do it would be just I mean, if you don't have a job, get a job. But if you have a job and there's just too many hours in the day, you don't have to get a second job. Like there's so many, I mean, go on Indeed. There's so many ways for you to get a job, honestly, nowadays. People are hiring, I mean, you can go work, for example, you can go work for a roofing company, be a canvasser, learn a skill set, be a salesman. It's not going to be lovely. It's not going to be great, but I mean, you can develop a skill set, which is sales. A lot of top people I know are a salesman or started off as a salesman and learn this, learn the industry, learn the skill set, learn the ins and outs of the business, and now they have their own business. But if you're just playing video games, I'm telling you, you're gonna waste your life. I can't even bother myself to be able to play video games. I actually tried the other day just to play a game of FIFA. I couldn't even get. I got to the menu. I'm sitting there trying to load it up. I'm just like, yo, I got shit to do, man. Like, fuck this. Like, it's embarrassing, honestly, to even think about taking the time to play a video game as a 30-year-old grown man who has massive goals and is going to achieve them. Don't waste your life, honestly. Take the first step. Fill your time with positive habits. Fill your time. If you need to with that second job, fill your time going to the gym. If it's a slow day with business, you have a good business, you're making solid money, fill that time with physical fitness, going to the gym, take your kids out on a walk, take your kids out, have fun with them. There's a million things you could do besides playing, looking at a screen. It's not even real. It's one of the highest things that will lead to levels of delusion that are unfathomable. Looking at a screen, nothing is happening. You're literally looking at the screen, and everything in your life is the exact same. You might be progressing in the game, but the real video game, the best video game of all, is life. Because you can be anything you want in this life. You are your own avatar. You are your own character to create, to be able to, do whatever you choose to do. You know, you want to drive, you want to play Grand Theft Auto and drive that nice car around, go get one in real life. I promise you. It's dope as fuck driving Lamborghinis. It's dope as fuck driving Ferraris. All that expensive shit that people say money isn't about, it's it's the coolest shit, honestly. It's highly enjoyable. I promise you. Just do it. Stop fucking playing the video games. Put it down. Occupy your time with positive habits. Just don't look back, honestly. Because I promise you, these video games that you feel there's so much dopamine attached to, it's not real. It's not real. It's just a dopamine release. And once you change that with actually real life progression, you'll thank me. Don't waste your fucking life.